Hello, how are you? I'm Jennifer Terri and I make Philippine Travel Updates. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to stay updated with Philippine Travel Updates. Now, let's start with some good news. Eva Air, I've already shared this days ago on my Facebook page and on our community tab. By the way, if you are not, you haven't followed me on Facebook, I have my Facebook page. I do also post updates there. Anyways, what about the good news, Jennifer? Starting July 14, actually tomorrow, Eva Air or Taiwan will be accepting transit passengers without the need to show a negative test result. So yes, if you're asking me, Jennifer, can we now book Eva Air? Is Eva Air now open? Would you recommend them? Yes. Okay, I was checking flights today and compared to other airlines, actually their fares are reasonable, a little bit lower than others. And since July 14, they won't be requiring PCR tests anymore for their transit passengers. So for example, if you're coming to the Philippines and you're vaccinated with at least one booster shot, no need to show a negative test result. And then let's say going back to the US or going back to Canada or wherever in the world, as long as they don't require pre-departure testing, then no need to get tested. Yeah? That's good. So just a reminder for those asking, Jennifer, I have a layover in Japan or in South Korea, in Hong Kong, in Singapore, in Qatar. Yan po, these countries, no requirements for transit. As long as it's just a transit layover lang po. You're not exiting the terminal, you're not exiting the airport. As long as it is just for layover, then walang requirements. You just stay inside the airport. Then no need for PCR or whatever forms. Wala po. Nada. What about the Philippines with a new president? Face masks. I mean, many countries in the world already lifted the pre-departure testing requirements, right? But how about face mask? Well, in the Philippines, we still continue to wear face masks. Wherever we go, whatever you do, well, except if you're doing sports, you're eating, or you're swimming in the beach or in the pool, then you don't need to wear face mask. Anyways, what about it, Jennifer? According to the new elected president, President Bongbong Marcos, face mask may be optional. According to the president, government could make the wearing of face mask optional only if the booster rollout is successful and it's clear that it's already safe to do so. He made a statement this week when he said successful rollout. What does he mean? By how many percent of the population must be boosted? It's not clear because, well, looking at the booster uptake in the Philippines, it remains to be a challenge for the national government. The vaccination coverage, yes, we have achieved 91% of the target population, but booster uptake remains to be low. It's only at 21% of the eligible population. So yes, a lot of Filipinos are not getting boosted. Well, according to Dr. Rontgen Solante, he proposed that this should be made mandatory to increase the people's protection, especially now we're preparing for the face-to-face classes in November 2, and the workplaces are also open now. Well, there was also a report, I think it was just last week, that said, I don't know if it's true, it was from Rappler. They mentioned that the president agreed to the proposal of the Department of Health to require the first booster dose against COVID-19 before a person could be deemed fully vaccinated against the disease. According to this, there was a report that said that the president agreed to include booster in the definition of being fully vaccinated. Or if that's the case, then you would have to be boosted to be exempted from quarantine. Well, is that true? Is there truth to that? Well, according to DOH, they clarified that we did not give any statement that boosters will become mandatory. Oh, you can calm down. That is not in our directive and pronouncements. We are saying that we really need to increase the level of booster uptake here in our country because we can see, and even our experts are saying, that our immunity for our population is already waning. But DOH clarified, no need to mandate boosters yet despite low uptake. Ayan, it's not mandatory. For Filipinos, yan, hindi po kailangan ng booster kahit fully vaccinated lang, kahit 2 shots lang, hindi mo na kailangan mag-quarantine. While for foreign nationals, booster is not required for entry. Just the 2 shots or 1 shot of J&J. Booster intake in the Philippines is low because, well, since the Omicron surge ended, the first Omicron surge ended, well, the perception, the demand has fallen for vaccination, and people's fears of the vaccine side effects are now greater than their fear of the virus. There's so many misinformation here in the country, and it seems like booster is seen as something optional, something extra. Even my own family, guys, are not boosted. I've talked about it to them, but no, we can't force people. Now, in other countries, is booster required so that they could lift face masks? Well, not really. Indonesia lifted the outdoor mask requirement. Thailand lifted the mask mandate for both indoor and outdoor settings. Malaysia lifted their mask mandate as well for outdoor, while South Korea dropped outdoor mask rule as well. It seems like even our neighboring Asian countries are easing their face mask requirement. In the Philippines, it's a strict no, not yet. And there are talks about renaming NAIA. For me, whether they're going to change it to Manila International Airport, it's fine by me. As for me, what I am more concerned of is what happens inside the airport. The issues of offloading of Filipinos. They buy their tickets, they have everything ready. The immigration officer is not satisfied even when they have all that is needed, and they get offloaded. That's the issue that should be talked about. Instead of a name, I mean, go change it if you want. But really, the lives of the Filipino, yung offloading talaga, I think for me should be a thing that should be talked about by congressmen, by Senate. Kasi a lot have been fallen victims of unfair offloading of immigration. That's all the update. That's all I can share for today. God bless you all and stay safe.